Yeah, Jim. Oh, hey, man, yeah, I see you pull up on front, man. Okay, alright, man, yeah. Alright. Yeah, it's good, man, yeah, right on, man, I'm glad you made it. How's the new wheels running? Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that would be awesome. I was asking Caitlin about that last time, and she said Andrew's good at that or can do that. Yeah, so yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Yeah, I need all the help I can get with this stuff. Yeah. Alright, man, yeah, I'll let you guys in if you want. Yeah, oh, okay. Oh, right on, man. Well, congratulations, Jim. Alright, alright. the familiar people always pulling up all the time. So. Oh, Missy.
He's one who seems to like me.
She likes everybody. Let me see. Oh, right on, you made it.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if you were gonna make it or not. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I live all the way on the east end now, so it might make it a little bit harder, but. No.
It's actually pretty warm out there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, you know, like, it's pretty warm. I was just rolling up this joint when you guys pulled up. That's how I seen you guys. I was packing this up. And I was like, wait, there's Jim out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just chilling, watching the fights on the Star Wars here.
Nice.
So I love watching, you know, favorite game more or less. So.
Yeah.
I see an old buddy on here playing Spine Splitters playing today, so I had to get on, have a few rounds at Spine Splitter. Haven't seen him in ages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he came to hang out in the party here, but his mic wasn't working, so I couldn't like chat with him and talk to him. But it was good to see him, you know. Yeah, I miss a lot of my old gaming buddies that you know I grew up with a lot of them. Yeah. You got a light?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm usually.
Yes, I usually like. I stopped bringing my lighters with me because I usually did.
Yeah.
But since I don't
I know.
smoke joints or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually smoke out of a bong. So
Oh, okay.
I don't really take my lighter with me.
Or the bong along with it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a small one. I just got it from Cabana when I got back from Quebec. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like a taco, and then it's also a dab brick. So I have like a little connector.
Oh, dabs too on there.
Yeah.
Cool. I was hanging out with buddy Michael last night. And, I don't know, what was yesterday? Yesterday was
Saturday.
Yeah. Hung out with him Friday and Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that seems fun.
He's okay, you know. Like you met Michael, you know.
Oh, is that the one that we were recording with?
Yeah, my long-haired buddy Michael. Yeah, he's okay. He's a pretty loyal friend of mine. Yeah, I've known him a really long time. I've known him. So he's trustworthy. You know, if I need someone to watch my place while I'm going out for any real length of time,
Yeah.
he's somebody I can trust at my place to watch it for me. So.
Yeah. That's so nice.
Yeah, we need a few good friends like that.
Yeah. so I've been really busy.
Yeah, at school you were saying.
Getting my classes done and moving, and then I was also thinking in January of going into Polytech, Polytech.
Oh, okay.
It's a 6 month. It's a 6 month course, and yeah. So it'll be from January to May.
What kind of stuff do you learn in that?
It's more like human resources, so it's like helping people like transition, basically.
Kind of like counseling, sort of. Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. We need a lot of good counselors.
Yeah. Especially since a lot of people are really like judgmental about people who are who do drugs, but
a lot of depression and stuff going around. So finances is a big problem for a lot of people. You know, people just can't seem to make enough money or get enough together a lot of times, and that just causes depression and problems in general. You know, stress. So like, there's a lot of them problems out there.
It's crazy. Like in Newfoundland, the prices for groceries, like it's like $30 for a case of pop. And like,
wow.
Yeah, there's people that live there and they like show the prices and it's just like unbelievable. It's like how can they charge that much? Like even for a case of water, it's like almost $50.
Yeah, and gas too in some areas is really expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister's car, she has a Infinity, so it's more like of a fancy car. And hers, because it's a more fancy car, it takes more gas and takes more like expensive work and all of that. So
plates and insurance.
She can't even. She can barely afford it. So I mean, I think she just like saw how nice it was and just went with it. But she only has a year left to pay it off. So I mean, that's not too bad.
That's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of different vehicles, but I don't drive any of them because they just soak me for money, man. Like, what do I need a vehicle for that badly? You know? Oh, this guy's gonna lose connection. Whenever you're driving around these spider walkers, it's just a matter of time before you're gonna get booted. Yeah. They need to fix that. Yeah, there's a lot of fixing this game needs, but it's still fun. I still love the game. I play it all the time. Stream it and all that stuff. Yeah, I was checking out some of the videoing we were doing last time, and it looks really good. Like you do a really good job, shooting with a camera. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, I like photography and stuff like that, but I've never really pursued it much.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Now you can help me and
Yeah.
maybe get better and better at it,
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Kind of sucks that I don't live over here now. I have a cat and everything, so I was forced to like kind of move away from my cat. So that that sucks a bit, but it's mostly because my grandma doesn't, like my grandparents,
Yeah.
they get attached easily and they don't want to get attached, so that's pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think that's why my mom doesn't have any more animals, doesn't want any more animals.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's really hard when you lose an animal, but.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, how I see it is once you lose an animal, it's like you're giving that animal another life through another animal.
Yeah.
So I lost my childhood dog like 2 years ago, I think 3 years ago now.
How long did you have him for?
She was 15 when she died, yeah. And she's been with me since the first grade.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
a long time.
Yeah, she's been through everything. She was the sweetest dog, the most gentlest dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You miss her now, I bet.
Yeah. It sucks, but I mean, at the end she was suffering, so it just wasn't good to see. And
yeah. Oh man.
yeah.
So you get so attached sometimes. It's just, what do you do? You get to the end of the road and it's like you hang on a little bit longer or you put them down. And man, it's so hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard, but if you think about it a different way, it's like you're their whole life. Like
that's how I look at it.
Yeah, like they're the only person that they know, and like it's just
that's the kind of the trait, when you have it for so long, you have all those years of happiness, but then at the end you do have to say goodbye.
Yeah.
It's like the fun of like a rock star. When a rock star goes on concert or a wrestler steps in that ring, they've got that spotlight, but they also know that they have to give it up after they're done.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just them are the facts, Yeah, it's too bad animals live short lives like they do.
Yeah.
I get very attached to animals myself.
Yeah.
And these animals that I have, I didn't ask for really any of them. They were just pawned off on me and just given to me.
Yeah.
I have to accept it, if nobody else is there to help these animals, well, I have to then, It's tough sometimes. Oh well. I love the company, like you see how much I care about them, I care about my animals a lot. Once I get attached, then I'm attached.
Yeah. My the first cat that I've had, I've had him since 6th grade, I think, 5th grade, around there, and he was a kitten when I got him. And I've had him up to, I think, 4, maybe 3, and then my sister took him, and then eventually after that he got diabetes. So yeah, it's I got it from a friend. Like I got him from a friend that didn't really care about animals, and so they didn't even know who the mom was of him, and he was taken from his mom way too early. Like he still has like psychological effects from being taken from his mom. Like sometimes if you hold him, he'll like suck your ear, and like that's just his instincts. And, like
some of them will do that to your collar or your shirt.
Yeah.
They'll bite your sweater. That's cute. Well, those are affectionate animals too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
This orangey down here. He had a brother that was just like him, but bigger and more darker red. And he ran away one night. It's hard for me to think of it back at it, because like I had like 4 or 5 of them. There was like 4 or 5 of them at the time, and I used to let them outside. You know, I used to let them go outside.
Yeah.
And then I shooed them all downstairs that night, except for that one. You know, I couldn't catch him. He was running around outside. He didn't want to come in. And I had my friends come over. I got all the other ones downstairs nice and safe. And then he just sat in that chair out there, and I looked at him, he looked at me, and I felt like going to grab him and try and catch him, but then I thought, well, this is kind of a test too, you know, like if, you know, you're allowed out tonight and that, and if you come back, you come back. If you don't, you don't, I guess, you know. This is kind of his test, and he never came back that night. He just sat in that chair and looked at me in the kitchen, and I looked at him, and then he left and never came back. And it you know, it breaks my heart a lot when I think about it. And when I look at Orangey, I feel so bad that he lost his brother like at such a young, early age. They're just young, hey, and his real life brother is just up and left and gone, and nothing I could do about it, really.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that, you know, it's just like, and then I was still letting him out, and my neighbor next door here, he didn't like it that I was letting my cats out, you know.
Yeah.
He was a grumpy old guy. He was a grumpy old dude that sold drugs out of his house all the time, you know, and he little white dude, you know, like 5 foot something, you know, barely 5 foot. He thinks he's king of the hood at the age of like 65, pushing 70. He's king of the hood, yeah, I'm sure, guy. And he thought he was gonna teach me a lesson by catching my cats, you know. So like that upset me, man. I got mad.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you
And
can trust.
He didn't tell me he was gonna do it either, right? He just like. And how I found out was one night I'm looking for my cat, and I'm calling him, and I can hear him, but he's not coming to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Orangey, he's not coming. I waited all night. I called him all night, you know, and by like 8 in the morning, I was still like worried. Where is he? I'm like, I can still hear him out here, and I looked over the fence.
Yeah.
And there he's trapped in this steel cage over there, man. You know, he's trapped in that all night, and I'm calling him, you know. I'm like, what the hell? No fucking way, man. So I leaped over the fence. I got my cat, and I went in the house, and I'm like, no fucking way, man. No way you're catching my cats. And then I seen he had like 4 or 5. He had like 4 or 5 cat traps in his backyard. He was really determined to catch my cats, man. So what I would do is I'd go over there and I'd set all his traps off at night so that my cats wouldn't get caught, you know. And because I'm doing that, he got so mad at me. Man, he got mad at me, man, you know.
That you could actually complain to the Humane Society for that.
I found out about that. Yeah. Because you're only allowed like 1 or 2 traps, not like 4 or 5.
Well, it's not even the fact that he's trapping them, it's the fact that it's other people's cats that he doesn't have the right to do so. Right. And because, like, when I used to live kind of where my parents are now, there's like a house that I used to live in, and like the next door neighbor had kind of like a cat like Misty, and she would come and she'd visit because I think the people that lived there before were feeding her. So she'd as soon as we moved in, she was at the door and she was like trying to get food and everything. And so one day we were like, everybody was all just doing things, and then the neighbor comes over and is like all mad, and he's like, "Oh, did you poison my cat?"
No
and
way.
he's like, "My cat got poisoned." And so then he was trying to figure out who poisoned his cat, and then they found out an alleyway over was the person, or like there was a person that was like putting out poison all over the alleyway. So the cat got into the poison, and they had to pay like $800 to like help the cat. It's crazy. Like, people don't care.
Yeah. Actually, one of mine got poisoned too and died here, and that sucks. Yeah. I didn't realize that, but antifreeze from vehicles, it can leak out. That cats, they have a taste for it.
Yeah.
And it's poisonous to them.
Yeah. But yeah, there was this person that was deliberately like putting poison in things, and there was animals around the neighborhood like getting affected. I don't even know how that person didn't get caught.
Yeah, like sooner, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Because it's like the stray animals, especially, like, how can you be that disrespectful to stray animals?
Yeah.
Like, that's just sad.
Yeah, like it's just,
like going out of your way to like poison animals.
My neighbor over there was telling me that my cats were shitting in his garden, making a mess of his garden and stuff, and that's what he was mad about. And I'm like, man, it's just a garden, guy.
Yeah,
like,
cats are gonna do whatever they want.
It's just a garden, and like it's probably not just mine. It's like all cats just they go and do whatever they want when they feel like it. It's just what they do. You can't really blame him for that. He's like, oh, I spend so much money on my garden. I spend like $800 a month on my garden. I spend a lot of money on it. I'm thinking, spend how much? $800 on your garden?
In the hood.
In the head, and like look at your garden. It don't look like no $800 producing garden, man. Like, who are you kidding, man? I think you got taken for a ride there, old dude, man. Old Frenchie, He wants me to believe that. I took it in at first and it hit me, But then I came inside and I'm thinking, like, what a fucking idiot, man. If he's spending $800 on a garden, like, you can go to the grocery store and buy a shitload of food with $800, man. Screw the gardening business, man. Just go to the store, man. This guy's full of shit, man. There's no way he's spending $800 on it.
And in this climate also, it's like you pretty much need like what do you call that? Those green tents?
Yeah.
Because there's no way, if you don't have a green tent, that any of your vegetables or anything that you're trying to grow will survive.
It's tough. I see people try it, and they generally don't succeed.
Yeah.
Not very well.
There's a lot of factors that go into it, like where you live, because if you live near a train track, it affects that, and if you have like low climate kind of, then it'll affect that.
Yeah. And neighbors too, if they're you got nosy neighbors.
Yeah.
You gotta have the right kind of dirt for one thing, and you gotta water it, and it's gotta have the right sunlight.
Yeah.
It's gotta have all these factors, and if you get the wrong bugs go in there, it's shot.
Yeah.
So that's an element too you gotta watch for.
Yeah, that's pretty much why, like, that's the only way you can actually grow anything, which is from a green tent.
Yeah, it's hit or miss a lot of times, right? Yeah. I was growing weed out back here, and it is, it was working, like I could do it, no problem.
Yeah.
But it's just the neighbors, man, and people around here, like, they'll just be wanting to steal my plants on me.
Yeah.
And it's happened before, like, they just watch and watch, and then
Yeah.
I have one moment of weakness, and then boom, they're in there. It's all taken care of, man. You know, like.
Yeah, can't have nothing nice.
Yeah, it's like it's so hard. Yeah, in the hood, you can't even have a rock out in your front yard that looks nice. They'll steal the rocks on you, man.
Yeah.
Isn't that ridiculous? Like, man.
But the place that I moved, it's not bad.
Yeah, I think I know the area over there. I've been down there a couple times. Like, that's a long ways, eh? Like, from here.
I have a huge room, like it's probably from there to here.
No way, man. You mean like you mean from the far wall to here?
Yeah, it's really big, yeah. I was thinking about getting a curtain to like separate the two walls so that I can have like a spot for like TV and then a spot for my room.
Yeah, like some privacy kind of thing,
Yeah, because there's not really anywhere else to plug my TV in, so it's in the far corner, and it's such a big room that I can't put my bed close to my TV, so it's like there's a huge space there. Yeah. But it's not bad.
Yeah. I used to have curtains here actually.
Oh yeah.
Dividing the two rooms, but you know, like when I first moved here, I was like really paranoid, man. I was like, I need to cover all these windows up. I can't let anybody be looking in here and seeing my stuff, you know. So that's why it was like that. But I got rid of all my bad company. Generally, I don't hang out with any bad people at all anymore, really. And I gotten used to, you know, my surroundings and that, so that I know who to keep an eye on and who you know, I don't have to watch quite so careful, you know. You know, and I got a lot of security on the place. Like I got as much security as I could get, but I still worry a lot. Like you know, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty spooky place.
It is, isn't it? You know. And then like late at night, I leave my doors and windows wide open and blast my music, you know. And people will walk by and they'll look at my house, man, and they'll like be tempted to come and check it out, but then, you know, my place is too tempting like that, so it scares a lot of them off. It's like that place just looks too welcoming. I better stay away from there. There's gotta be a reason why that place looks too welcoming. No, that's a trap house. You know, that's what they'll be thinking right away. I got a trap house going on here, but no, not really. That's beside it over there. It's the trap house.
Yeah, like the first time I was coming over here, like there was a guy like all high, and then this guy comes over to buy drugs from the same guy. He's like all high, trying to sell the guy drugs, and it's like.
And they're fucking high. Like they're not just a little high. They're fucking real high.
Well, that's the thing. Like I've noticed, it's getting way out of hand recently. And I think a lot of it has to do with residential schools and how the natives are being treated, because of the fact that the natives are using the drugs to like hide the fact that they were in residential schools. Those people, aside from those, they're judging them. So it's like they get judged on for being in residential school, and then they get judged on for doing drugs, and it's like.
Yep, I know. My mom would be one of those people that is just, my mom is just, she's so hard on like any natives that don't work and sit around and do drugs all the time. Like my mom is just so hateful to those people, but she doesn't get it. Like there's a reason why they're like that, and you don't get it, you know.
Then you see, it's sad. You see like teenagers and people in their early 20s all messed up because they didn't get taught properly. And
that's right. That's what they're used to seeing growing up.
Yeah,
they grow up and they're used to seeing that all the time, and then that's all they know how to do after a while.
Yeah.
That's how you have fun, you know.
Yeah.
Me and my friends, like, I try to teach my crew of friends, like, let's play video games.
Yeah.
You know, let's, like, hang out and, you know, just hang out, you know. We don't have to be, like, robbing houses and places and shit.
Exactly.
Because that's what a lot of other people, teenagers my age, were doing when I was a teen, was stealing cars and robbing houses and that type of thing. And
yeah.
I was like, no. And cocaine, you know, like, like these dudes barely hit high school, man, and they're fucking like doing cocaine, selling cocaine in like grade 9, grade 10, you know what I mean? Like grade 9, grade 10, they're like just selling coke already, man. I'm like, fuck, I can't hang out with you no more, man. You're gonna get me in a lot of shit if I get caught hanging with you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, some of them you just can't even hang out with them anymore after a while, which is sad. So, I got a smaller group of friends, but my small group of friends, you know, like I keep them very close to me and they're important to me. You know? It's hard to grow anymore. But it's good to see you. Yeah. That's cool.
Hopefully I'll be able to come by.
Yeah, more often, hang out more often, man. You know, like, you know, I only have so much time too that I have to spend with other people and that too.
Yeah.
Like usually I'm busy Sundays.
Oh yeah.
You know, but last weekend, this weekend, I've been good. I got Sundays off, you know, and not really to do, so like that worked out pretty good, you know, for sure.
Yeah, I would have been able to try to come yesterday, but it was way too like crazy, like.
It's too much traffic.
And then I lost a container, like, well, cause I'm like buying stuff before I move out, so like I'm trying to be prepared. So I have like containers full of like what I would take with me. And because we were moving, my grandma hired movers, because it was always like my dad and everybody else helping, but my dad can't do that right now, so she had to hire workers. And because of that, a lot of stuff, like, they're like, oh, your stuff won't get broken, and then all of a sudden my stuff gets broken.
Oh, no.
And then now I'm missing a whole container. Like, I had a nightstand that I was going to use for my bed, but now I can't find it.
Can't find it now? Oh, man.
That sucks.
Yeah. I'm like that, too, with my stuff.
Yeah.
Right now I'm missing one part from one of my guides, and I'm like, where could this be? I'm like, fuck. I need this one part, like I need this part, and like, and I was thinking, when Caitlin comes by next time, if you're over, I gotta tell you and be like, hey, help me find this piece. It looks like this, and like, I don't know where the other one is. Your eyes, can you find it? You know, and just my luck of things, like you'll probably just find it out of sheer luck, where I'm looking all over, and it's probably like right in front of me and I can't see it, right?
What happens?
I know, hey? So like, I don't know, I hope you find your things, you know?
Yeah, hopefully it was a bit expensive, so I'm really hoping to.
Yeah, exactly, right?
But at the end of October, we should be getting like a payout to my reserve.
Yeah. Jim was telling me, I've been hearing about that, so I hope you get a big bunch of money like everybody else, you know.
Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like at different types of reserves, like every reserve is different. So if one reserve will do like Christmas money, where it's like every Christmas you get a certain amount of money, and then some don't, and then some do like 18 money as they call it. So if you have a child and they don't give you any money until you're 18, but it goes into a trust fund, and every year until you're 18 that money builds up, so as soon as you turn 18 you get all that money. And I think my reserve does that too. And I know that for my reserve it's a bit different because my reserve is a bit like more money, I guess. I don't know, because last payout they had was the cows and plows, because a lot of reserves already got their money, and what happened was because of how they did it, it made their reserve bankrupt. So they didn't do it properly. They weren't doing it like how they did it was they just signed it and agreed to it and that was it. But you need lawyers and you need all that, and you need to make sure that everything's precise and
no loopholes for mistakes and problems to come from.
Yeah, because if my reserve ever got bankrupt, holy crap. My reserve's pretty big, so I mean it'd be a big loss, especially since they have a college there now.
It's different ones out there.
Yeah, and they're building a school there. Pretty good, I guess.
Well, hopefully you get some of that money.
Yeah.
And you'll be set, you know.
Yeah, I'm hoping to put a lot of it away because I also want to start a business. Like, the business that I really wanted to start, it's like I haven't seen anything close to it. Like, because since I have autism, I've kind of wanted to like make it, I guess, make it a way that I can show it, I guess. And helping other people is like what I like to do. So it's like a teddy bear, but it's not a teddy bear. So it's like it could be different types, like bears and animals and all that different types, but I want every like different type to be different. So it would be, one would be weighted, one would be cold, one would be hot, and then it would be like different types. So I was really hoping to start that, and I've never seen anything like close to it. So if I can start it like as soon as I can start it, then I think it'd be a really good idea.
Early starts.
Yeah, because I've talked with some people that work in the toy industry, and I've gotten really good like compliments on it, and they've said like I should really pursue it and I should really like look into it, because I feel like if I really try to do it, I'll make good money with it.
That would be pretty cool. It's tough starting out, but hey man, don't give up. You know, just keep concentrating and focusing on it. And who knows? What you need is the right doors to start opening up, and then you can get things rolling. And you're doing the right thing, talking to people. It's good.
I've also tried to talk with like autistic people and get where like, because it's a spectrum, so it's like everybody's different. So I've tried to see what one person likes and the other person likes, and how much like one relates to one another, and go with that idea.
That's a big project.
But,
someone's got to do it though, right?
Yeah, because I feel like if I really push myself and it really does good, I won't even have to work in a corporate job.
Yeah.
I won't even have to work like in a public space.
Exactly.
So that's the one thing that I do struggle with, because I need like quiet. I need like a slow pace for things, and I feel like if I can create my own business, it'll be at my own pace. So.
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to do with you know.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do, cause
yeah.
I can't work with people anymore. You know, I'm so fed up with dealing with other people and that. You know, I've done it for long enough that I'm just you know, not gonna do that shit no more, man.
Yeah.
But my problem is, you know, a lot of people I work with and stuff, they'll end up stabbing me in the back a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, and like, it's just like, you know what, screw it. You know, I'm not gonna get fucking stabbed in the back and ran over anymore.
Yeah, like once you realize that, like, where you work is just people just work for money and that's it.
And they're just replaceable too. Like, you know, I was at my place for like 18 years. I was there dealing with the good, the bad, the ugly, the everything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden one day they're like, you know what? Yeah, we're taking you off the schedule. We don't want you here anymore. We don't need you here anymore, and you're gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I've been here like 18 years. You guys ain't even gonna give me like a chance or a warning or a second or nothing. Just give me a badge and there you go. You're done. It's like, wow, that's really great.
Yeah, that happened with my dad too.
You know, like
he's working at a trucking company a few years ago. I think maybe 5 years ago, and he just one day just got laid off out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, eh? Like didn't even do anything wrong, really. You know,
it's because if you're there for a long time, they have to replace them eventually, so that newcomers can learn the skill, and they gotta let other people, you know, do
that's true. That's true. I know.
Yeah.
When I started, there were a lot of old dudes, you know, running that place, man, when I started. And eventually I outlasted them. They left, and then all the new blood starts coming in, and after a while it was like there's no more old blood anymore. Like there's only like a couple of us left that were still old school.
Yeah.
And then even my buddy Matthew, just all of a sudden him too, just all of a sudden gone. It's devastating. It's devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to deal with.
Yeah, that's why I really don't want to work in a public area.
Yeah.
Even the job that I want to study for, that's replaceable. So it's kind of hard. Like, I don't want to just be like stressing about if the next day is going to be my last day or whatever.
Yep.
So that's just how it is. And
you can only deal with that atmosphere for so long before it just weighs on you, or you just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the point where I got to, where I was like, I just don't give a shit anymore. And then that's when they let you go.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden you're not worried about losing your job anymore, then that's when they let you go. Like, man, why torture a guy like that so fucking long? And then for all these years, and then all of a sudden he feels comfortable, and it's like, okay, get rid of him now. It's like, oh, yeah, terrible stuff. Some of that's some bad stuff. Alright, well, now you know a little bit about me. Know a little more about you. Should I roll a joint? Maybe I'll roll a joint.
But yeah, ever since I was young, like, my parents, even my dad, like, because everybody in my family, like, almost every single person has ADHD.
Yeah.
So it's like, you never know. So it's like, when I told my dad, like, well, when I was in foster care, I was in foster care for a little bit, and when I was in foster care, they did an assessment, like an autism assessment on me, and they weren't allowed to do like a full assessment because of me being in foster care, but they said like, you most likely have autism, and it's like, you should get checked like once you're out of foster care, but my parents never believed me, and like like telling my dad certain things, he'd be like, oh, that's weird. Like telling my mom certain things, she'd be like, oh, that's just like your mind or whatever, like that's just you thinking or whatever. And when cause yeah, it's a bit hard, so like when I was like kept getting told that I don't have autism, it's like the only thing that I can do is like mask my like true my true self, but like when I don't mask, it's like everything it's like a lot more noticeable. And yeah, and so now my parents are like, yeah, I think you probably have autism. So
I come from that sort of family that's just gonna deny anything like that. You know, any kind of medical problem or whatever. They check you out at birth, and they said that you had all your parts and pieces at birth. You're good to go. No problems. No problems, right? And you live like that, you know. But and you never get checked out, and grandma and grandpa go like that, uncle, cousins, the whole works go like that, man. You know, and then you know, like they're all in denial. Like, some of them have mental problems, some don't. And like the ones that do have it, like they're just going to be in denial, you know. And if they try and say that they have some kind of mental problems and talk to somebody, the family will just deny it, you know. Be like, oh, no, you're fine, man. Oh, it's drugs. You're fine. You know? They'll have an excuse or something, man, you know. But you're not mentally ill. It's because of something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you just live like that. Live like that.
Yeah. I think a lot of it too is like
some get help, some don't.
Yeah. A lot of it is like almost every single medical phenomenon they test on is a male. So it's like if you have some type of neurological thing, male. Like they never test females, so they don't have enough information about females. And so when they actually test you for autism, they go off the male criteria. So if they say like, do you have these symptoms? Oh, they correspond with male like symptoms, and you know, it's like even now, even after years and years of research and all this stuff, they still don't have enough information about autism, and they don't have enough information about different things, and that's where it becomes harder, because it's like where you're trying to prove to your family or someone that you actually have this, and it's like, oh well, I looked this up, and it's like it doesn't match or whatever, and
they just deny it, you know. They don't believe it. Nah, you're fine.
like my grandma, that was the funniest thing for the whole, like, for her whole life basically. My dad, as my dad was growing up, she's like, oh, none of my kids have these problems, my kids are fine, they just have like extra energy or something. And then as my uncle and my dad are like all older now, my uncle came over and was like explaining to his ADHD about my grandma. My grandma's like, oh, I have that. And she's the one that says, oh, my family's fine, and like none of anybody has problems, and she's the one with ADHD. So
well, believe the crazy old lady, why not?
Exactly.
So sometimes those ones are right, you know. You might want to listen to them.
Yeah.
But then again, they might be just a little crazy too. So, you know, I think my mom's slowly getting there. You know. old age, I guess.
Yeah.
Feel like going for a walk?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Kind of feel a bit weird walking around the hood with like a Tommy Hilfiger backpack. Like, just get robbed out of nowhere.
No, not with me, not with me. You won't touch you.